How are we doing today, folks? Today we are having our first live broadcast. Yes, live. Um, so I just want to say welcome to the show. And today our topic is everything about college, which pertains to working or it's to studying and pulling all-nighters. So I want to have our first guest tonight. Her name is Claudia Rogel. I hope that's how you say it. So everyone just want to come in and welcome Claudia. Yes, thank you. Thank you for coming in today.
No problem, man.
All right. So the first thing that I want to start off with is just introducing yourself to me, not to me, but to the viewers that we have on tonight. Just tell them a little about who you are, your background, and where you came from.
Well, I'm Claudia Rogel, and yes, you did say it right. I am Hispanic. Even though people think I'm Native American, I'm not. I'm Hispanic, and I'm from Gurnee, Illinois, which is 40 minutes away from Chicago. So let's just say I'm from Chicago. And I'm 20. Can you believe that?
All right. So what made you, per se, come to Minot?
Well, this was one of my options when I was a sophomore in school. But I really didn't get into it to looking at the school as like my #1 school to go to. I was actually at the Art Institute for a while, and then I came to Minot because art private schools are really expensive. So that's why I came over here.
All right. So the next question that I'm going to ask, oh man, I really should have went over the script a little better. But what are you, okay. Anyway, after that, what do you feel is your strongest point right now in college?
Well, in high school I wasn't really good in like math and like all those things besides art. Everything else was like stupid to me. But here, for some reason, I'm just really good at it, and like I really actually put in the work, and like I'm actually getting good grades, like really good grades that I didn't get in high school.
Do you feel now that per se you or your parents have to pay for you per se to go to class and get an education now? Does that make you feel a little more like proactive and wanting to go to class, or trying a little harder to get that extra 10 points on that assignment or that test?
Yeah, actually, because my parents did not go to school, unfortunately. They did not get the chance. So whatever they do, like for me or like pay for me, it's like, you know, not like extra that we have. It's something that they worked for. So for me to come to college, it's like you have to do it because your parents are paying a lot of money for you to get here. Like a lot of money. So it's like, you know, I have to like not be here, but like be over here for my parents. So yeah.
Good answers. Just want to tell me a little bit about your family?
Yeah. Well, my parents are Hispanic. I have 2 brothers. I have a brother who's gonna be a lawyer. He's still in high school, but he wants to be a lawyer, and a little brother who wants to be a doctor. Yeah, they're looking at really expensive schools, and they're really young right now.
Yep.
And we are a soccer family. We like soccer. My older brother, well, he's not older than me, but you know, he's like a 1.5 feet taller than me. So they always think he's the older one.
Let's just take a walk. Stand up, Claudia. All right, you can see this. I am cut off on camera.
This is like my 16-year-old brother right now.
And she is too much older right now. So.
And I don't know why these chairs are so freaking big. You knew I was coming.
Next time I'll try to plan a little better.
Yeah, maybe like.
I'll give you a little stool.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you active in any clubs right now during college at this current point?
No, I am not. It's just for me like school, classes, eat, sleep. I don't go anywhere else or like do anything else or any sports, but you know that's just regular life.
Yeah. Who inspires you the most? That is the question that is going to be asked tonight. Who inspires you?
Definitely my dad. He's like what you would call a hero. Like, he didn't save a puppy out of a burning building, but he's always been there, you know. Whatever he does, it's for us. Like, he never does something for himself. He always does something for his kids, you know. That's, like, the guy that I absolutely look up to. Even though we, like, when we're, like, together, it's so awkward, you know, with your dad.
Yep.
Girl and the guy. But, like, you know, I get him, and it's like, he's definitely my hero. But, yeah.
So what do you plan on doing after college?
I plan on going back to Gurnee and go work in Chicago, you know, the big buildings.
I like how you describe it, the big building, not a building, a big building.
Yep,
guys.
I'm gonna be top dog. Eventually, you know, maybe start scrubbing toilets, but I will get there.
All right. Another big question that a lot of college kid students, and I get that myself, I always get asked, why do you work? Why do you work so much? And I always answered, it's, well, because I get bored, so I always try to find something to do. That way I'm not here fiddling my thumbs or getting in trouble. But as a college student, how do you feel on working and going to school at the same time, full time?
Well, I don't work. So I did work back home. I took a semester off and I had to work really hard. So yeah. So whatever I earned, it's like I can spend it on whatever now that I'm in college. So you know, it's good to take off a couple semesters.
Yep. And how to you would you get it? For you, do you think getting a job in college is right for you? Let's say which is right for someone else.
Well, I would not get a job there in college because I have, like, a lot of stress problems. Like, I could have 2 essays in front of me and, like, a test tomorrow, and I would just freak out. I don't know if my roommate actually has seen me, but I cried during essays, like, so much because I just hate it. So I don't think I can handle work, a sport, and then schoolwork. I don't know how other people do it.
Let me tell you, it's a lot of hard work, that's for sure. It's like she said, it is stressful. But you know, at the end of the day, if you want to get a job, go for it. Like she said, if she can't, she gets really stressed out. So if she can't handle it, that just doesn't mean someone else can handle it. So, and I know that's a really touchy subject for a lot of people working in college, whether they have to because their parents can afford to keep giving them money all the time, or whether they just want to work.
Right.
So I know that's a really, really big thing. All right. I think that's. I lied. I have one more question for you before we bring our next guest on this evening. To you, what do you find success as?
Success to me is being free at 1 in the afternoon on a Tuesday. That is success. If you can be free in a cabin, you know, cup of tea, maybe the Today Show or something, you are successful because some people can't do that. I can't do that.
This is true.
Netflix in a cabin. That is success to me. When you get there, my man, you made it.
Let me tell you, what I do at 1 o'clock on a Tuesday is complain and moan about going to math class.
Drag yourself to your
I'm like,
class. That is success to me.
This is true. So do you have any final thoughts or, I don't know, per se, advice for people that are thinking about going to college, in college, you know, not sure if college is right for them? Do you have any last words for them?
Well, whatever you do, just make sure it's something you love. Because I know a lot of people, like, go to be doctors and they don't even like that job. Some people go for business and they don't even like that job. Like I used to be an art major, now I'm a business major, but that's because my parents. But but I mean, I will learn to love it because my parents worked really hard for me to be here. So you know, do whatever you love. If you don't like it, then just get out of here, man.
This is true. This is true. If you don't love what you do, then let me tell you, you're in the wrong profession.
Right. I mean, it doesn't mean you can't be successful without college. I mean, come on, look at Bill Gates.
This is very true. All right. Well, this is all the time we have for you right now. I think in about 15 minutes she'll be coming out again with our second guest for our evening entertainment. So I just want to say thanks for coming on right now, and we'll see you later on in the show. Thanks for coming in.
See you, Scooter.
All right, and we're just gonna take a quick break here, and we'll see you back in about 30 seconds.
I know we were listening to it. I told you we were on.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. All right, so tonight we're going to bring out our second guest. Her name is Aisa Riddell. I probably butchered her name, but that's fine. She is an international student here, and she is from the Bahamas. So let's have her come out and just give us a little information about herself. Hello, hi, how are you doing tonight, Aisa?
I'm fine. How are
Good.
you?
And did I butcher your last name as it came out?
Oh.
I figured.
Oh my God.
All
Yes.
right. All right. So, do you just want to introduce yourself and give us a little background about yourself?
My name is Aisa Davo. Yes, I'm from the Bahamas. I'm an international student here at Minot State. I also do track, and I'm majoring in graphic design.
All right. Well, that sounds like a whole lot of questions I was just gonna ask you.
Oh man.
Are you a little nervous tonight?
No, I'm just I don't know. Just had the biggest joke.
Oh, right. So as you say, you're an international student here.
Yeah.
What made you decide to come to Minot specifically?
Minot wasn't the first choice, but I was looking for some schools that offered scholarships for international students for track and field. And the coach was very interested in me, so I sent him a few videos of me running a few years ago, but that was about it. Then he was like, oh, good, you can get it. So I'm here.
All right. Speaking of scholarships and stuff, I know that I've heard that some students obviously get a full ride.
Yeah.
As an international student, you get that same treatment as, let's say, a resident from the States.
Well, unfortunately, they don't give full scholarships to international students, but the most we can get is about 35%, and that's what I have right now. So what they do, they give you an amount, 35% of the tuition, and then you get that for both the fall and the spring of that year.
And we all know that 35% is a lot of money to
Yeah,
save when we're talking to college about
is.
college. All right. So you said you are involved in track and field,
Yes, I am.
and you want to just tell us a little bit about what you do in track and stuff?
Well, I just finished our indoor season last week, but I do the 400 and the 800 and the 4x4. Been doing it quite a while now.
So would you say track and field is a really big part of who you are in your life?
Yes, it is, but things can become tiring. So
Yes. One of the things I'm sure you and many other athletes get is you're just another runner.
yeah.
How do you define yourself as a runner and being different from the rest of the group as, per se, just being a runner?
As a runner, I think I'm kind of different because, especially from the American athletes, I come from a different background. I come from a different set of training. We have like a different regimen for everything. So I think it makes me different because they're kind of used to the same.
Same old.
Yeah, they're used to that, and to me is a whole nother ball game. So I told them before, I'm like, I wish you guys would come home and like practice with me for one day. Like, yeah, so.
And I know my friends, they have gone out to the dome and have seen her run, and they said she will blow everyone in the dirt if she had the chance.
Oh my God, Scott.
All right, so let's just get back on track to what we're actually supposed to be talking about tonight. So, in terms of college, as an international student, you don't have the opportunity like everyone else to go out in the community to get a night job, I should say.
Yeah.
But are there a lot of opportunities per se on campus to get a job if you wanted to?
Yes, there are actually, but for me and my schedule, I don't have the time to find a job. But for other students that I know are international students, they find a lot of jobs where they help out at the dome at the basketball games. They work for the health center where they help the disabled during classes. But what I want to do next semester, I want to be a peer mentor, where I go within one of the first year experience classes and be a mentor for the freshman students. So I think that's what I'm going to do next semester.
And as a student of taking the first year experience, your peer mentor does play a big role in your first semester, whether it's just doing an activity with you every day or sending you email to checking how you are doing. So definitely, do you even to campus students from the States, would you say recommend working on campus rather than getting an off-campus job?
Well, it depends how your schedule works out. If you have a lot of time, then you can do the off-campus thing where you're bound to make more money.
Yeah.
You're bound to make more money. But for people who just want a little cash here and there, I really recommend on-campus jobs. Because when my mommy don't send the money on time and I need that cash, then...
And I've heard, she's always, hey, Aisha, do you want to come bowling or coming out to eat? She's like, I would, but I'm just waiting for my money. And I know, especially with track season, you really have to watch what you use. All right, so let's see. After the 500th time I looked at this, I should know what I'm going to ask you. So what do you major in right now? Right now, what is your current major in college?
My current major right now is graphic design. It's a BFA in art with a concentration in graphic design. So I've got a bachelor's in art. And then graphic design.
Right.
So graphic design like 5 times.
Graphic design. It's a graphic design.
Graphic design.
All right. So let's see. Maybe I should get a pair of glasses. Man, what do you feel is your biggest weakness here at college?
Wow. My biggest weakness is time management. Especially in terms of my art classes, because as an art major, we have studio classes that are like 3 hours. Oh my gosh. So we have like these big projects that are due. So, I mean, I do get them done, but the time that you need to put into them...
You don't always put that much time into it.
Yeah, I really get no time for that.
Time management,
time management is my problem, I must say. I am going to admit that because most of the time I usually say I really ain't got no time for that.
She does.
Yeah, so...
Just like when we went and harassed her today to come do the show with us. I don't have time.
I told you, like, I always have something to do.
She does.
Or I have to sleep. Sleep is priority.
And Debs knows about sleep.
Yeah,
Debs knows about the sleeping. All right. Let's see. What do you hope to do after you graduate from here?
After I graduate, I want to go back home and just work in the field of graphic design. Just let people know about it, because not much people know about what is graphic design. People just think, oh, you just do this on the computer, anyone can do that. But it's actually a process to it. It's concepts behind it. So that's what I want to do. But before I do that, I have to sleep. But like, just a 2-year sabbatical, I have to go just
sleep for 2 years.
You just sleep for 2 years. Don't wake me up. I'm okay. Just don't wake me up.
All right. What do you feel is your biggest? Oh man, how do I put this? What do you feel is your biggest? Oh man, how do I put this? What do you feel? What do you feel is your biggest part of like what you per se do best here at college, like for yourself personally?
Personally, what do I do best? In terms of school, or like out of school, but
whatever you feel comfortable, just bragging about yourself.
I don't brag.
She does not like bragging.
I do not brag.
She never talks about herself.
I don't like to do that. Okay. But personally, I just think my hands are my strongest part, because it's what makes me creative. I can just do art all day if I had to. I can't just do art. So I think that's what it is. I'm not going to sit down and just calculate all day. I'm not going to learn how to dissect a frog. So
You want to say dissect for us?
yeah. So I just feel like art is what's me. That's just me. So.
All right. As being an international student, also the word diversity comes up a lot, whether it's used as a good term or a bad term. And I'm sure you heard both ways. Whether
Yes.
and I had to say a lot of people from the States do get jealous of the international students.
Yeah.
I know because she's awesome at track and I am horrible at track. But to you, what does diversity mean, whether it's a good or bad? What do you feel is diverse to you?
Well, when I first came here, I've never spoken so much about my culture to anyone since I came here. People ask or whatever, but I've like broken it down to like the most I know. But being diversity means, like, to me, just being different around Americans, because they're not used to seeing Bahamians at the school. They're not used to seeing Bahamians this far up in the States. Me and the other Bahamian girls, we just make a difference in the crowd. They know who we are once we just enter the building.
We do. We're
So-
like, oh, Aisa's here. Oh, Llama's here. This is very true.
They know when we're there because of who we are and where we come from and stuff like that. And people are interested in our culture rather than someone who's from Florida or Minnesota or somewhere so close, or Canada even.
Even per se, someone like Deb's from Malaysia.
Yeah.
Really, they're not. She's another Asian.
Yeah.
And I use that term loosely because that's what their stereotype is, and I know Deb does not like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I said diverse, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Because with her, she's Malaysian, but she can tell a Chinese from a Korean from a Japanese person. But then the stereotype is that all of them are Asian.
Asian, or they're Chinese, or they're Japanese.
Yeah. But with us, there's like a difference.
Yep.
Like they understand that we're not like African Americans.
Yep.
We may look alike, but we're not like them. We have our own like culture, and that makes us.
And they have their own slang for everything.
Yes, we do, Scott.
All right. So, getting back to like your culture, do you like people wondering about your culture? Do you like letting them know the truth, whether that way they don't get like the facts from what they hear from the books or people who've been there?
Well,
or tourists that go there give you guys per se a bad name. Like they say you're people who come from the Bahamas, give us like those Americans, you know. I mean, do you like that coming up here you can talk for your people and let them know that you guys are good people?
Yeah, I speak about us with pride because a lot of Bahamians are very nice people.
Very nice.
And tourism is our #1 industry back home, so speaking to someone about my culture and letting them know like where I'm from is no problem, because usually that's what we're used to. If there's a tourist back home, we just tell them about it because they're interested in it. So I find it quite interesting that someone is that interested in a culture. And I'm that type of person as well. I like to find out about different cultures and their way of living and their way of life or whatever. So it's kind of cool to like explain where I'm from and actually who I am.
And give them the full details.
Yeah, full details.
Not what the book says.
And then it's kind of fun too with the slang because most of the time you don't understand.
We don't.
Yeah, so
just talk really, really fast. That's quick.
No, it's kind of.
One of her best traits, I would say, for being a Bahamian, is they do talk. What I've noticed from the couple of girls, they talk really, really, really fast. And when she goes, it's like, and that's what we hear. But the other girls know exactly what
they know.
They know, and we're just like, what?
But I think with that, that's just cultural. That's just culture in general. If you were to go somewhere like other parts of the Caribbean or other parts of the world, like it would be the same.
Yep.
Like even Debs, when Debs and Gigi talk to one another, it's like, what? What? So it's kind of cool. And then when we try to get you guys to say it, that makes it even more funny.
Yep.
So.
So why did you decide to come to college? Per se, just being a stay-at-home. Per se, just getting married and being a mom.
Yeah.
Doing nothing.
Well, I just didn't want to be another statistic. another student that graduated and didn't go to college, another student who's just home doing nothing. And first, I get bored very fast, so I need something to occupy my time.
And that's why she never has time for us.
So, college was something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to like make a name for myself because I tend to be classified as a very independent person. I don't really rely on people, but college is something that I just think that I just really, really wanted to do. And my family, there's not, well, there's one, two, well, on my mom's side, I'm actually the first person that actually went off to school. So it's kind of an honor, you know, to actually be in that position. So I have like a high role to play right now. So that just motivates me even more to know that my whole family is behind me, just supporting me in that situation. So
do you feel that now that you're in college, and let's say college wasn't right for you, do you feel that even if college wasn't right for you anymore, or you didn't want to do it anymore, would you still strive to do it just to show people that you are better than that?
Well, if my mom has always told me, if you have always wanted to do something, don't just give up on it so fast, because it's always been your lifelong dream. And if that was your dream, there's a reason that was your dream. So if that's what you want to do, then just stick with it. Yeah, you're gonna have the ups and downs. That's the reason why you have these goals and stuff, so you can face those and just overcome them.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
All right. On that note, who would you say is your biggest inspiration in your whole life? Whether it's a friend, a superstar, or a family member, who would you say is your biggest inspiration of all times?
My mother, because she's always been that one person that's like always on my back for everything I do. Even if it's like good or bad, she's always on my back to just motivate me and just push me to just be one step ahead, or to, even if I do something like that's not so right, she's always there to like lead me in the right direction. And just her demeanor, everything about her, the woman that she is someone that I want to be. Yeah, my mom didn't go to college or whatever, but she's always made a way for her family, even if she didn't have. So especially with me and my sister, she's always made it. She's always made it like we have to be better than she was. So that's how I look at it. If that's what she wants for me, I want my children to be better than me. So she's just my number one.
Oh, let's hope your mama's watching that right now.
She's the worst.
All right. Let's see. I think. Oh, okay. One last question I have for you. Well, I have two more actually, I guess. But a lot of things that students roll that in college is everyone's that party animal, blah, you know, stuff like that. And you know that offhand. Are you going to a party this weekend?
Oh my god.
No, I have studying, you guys. Just because I don't party all the time, just because I'm like, that's her answer all the time. But whether it's just the aspect, would you say people who say college is all fun and games and partying and drinking and drugs, do you feel that that's what, once you experience, you say that's what college is all about? The partying, the drugs, and all that stuff?
Well, being in it is not so much what it used to be. I'm pretty sure at one point that's what college was. I'm pretty sure of that. But you make college what you want it to be. If you want to be a part of the statistic, whereas you're partying every day, you drink and you do drugs and then you get kicked out and stuff like that, that's where you prove the situation right. But you can be in the shoe whereas you just totally abrupt that and then just do your own path. You don't have to be a part of that. Yeah, you can party every so often, but the everyday thing and drinking and getting into problems and all of that, you really don't have to be a part of it. So for me, I don't get a part of that. I'm a good person.
You are. And let me tell you, when everyone says, hey, do you want to go to a party night? She looks at them, she's like, I ain't got time for that.
Anybody got time for that?
All right, so the one last question that we're asking tonight, what do you find success as? Whether it's being home, as like Claudia said, on a Tuesday afternoon, watching Netflix in the cabin, what do you feel like success is to you? You want to just...
to me, success is when you reach that point in your life where
You
you
can
strive, where you can sleep, where you can sleep. You sleep first, and after you wake up, you strive to become better than you actually think you are. Because no one's at their best, no one's at their peak. So, I think for me, if I reach a certain point where I know, oh my gosh, I'm doing so good in my life, I'm doing everything that I wanted to do, I haven't succeeded unless I've stepped beyond that. Matthew McConaughey at the Oscars the other night.
Oh,
He
she's an
said-
Oscar watcher.
Yes, I am, because he looked really nice. He said in his speech, he said, someone asked him when he was younger, who was his role model? He said his role model was himself in 10 years. So he was 25 at the time. By the time he got 35, the gentleman asked him again, who's your role model? He said, me in another 10 years. So his concept is that every 10 years, he strives to beat himself. So I find that to be very motivational because you have to have a drive to succeed. So I just feel the same way.
No, that's good.
Yes.
Yes. All right. We're gonna take a quick break. Thanks for coming on the show tonight, Aisa. And also, before. No, I'm not gonna stop. All right. Before we leave tonight, we're gonna come back with a couple other segments. I'm gonna bring both Claudia and Aisa out tonight. But also, one thing that my co-host that was supposed to be here isn't feeling too well tonight. So what I'm going to try to do is rotate co-hosts every week. So if you guys want to see Aisa or Claudia as one of our co-hosts, just leave down in the description if you want Claudia, or Aisa.
Vote for me!
So after next week, we will announce who will be one of our rotating co-hosts. So let's hope let the better woman win, huh? All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back on with both ladies today, and we'll do a couple fun segments for you. All right, let's go. Okay, let's go. All right. All right, how we doing so far, guys? I just want to say thanks for watching so far. So we're gonna go on and bring out both ladies this evening, and we're gonna have a little fun tonight. So, ladies, come on in.
There's only one chair.
All right, Claudia, you can go ahead and pull up another chair if you want, or Aisa can fix it since she loves to be the set director. All right. So the next segment that we want to do, which Aisa recommended that she wanted to talk about tonight, she wanted to discuss the Oscars for a little bit. I did not watch the Oscars.
Oh my gosh, then it's not going to be a real discussion, Scott.
So, I'll ask you the question. That's fine. All right. So, okay, who? Raise your hand if you watch the Oscars. Then. Say, I'm just sure.
Raise your hand if you were watching Netflix.
Wait, let's raise your hand if you were working.
You have a job.
Because I'm a loser.
You have a job.
I'm a loser. All right. Well, since you're the only one who watched the Oscars, let's tell the viewers a little bit about what you found
I
interesting.
thought the Oscars were biased. The movie Gravity.
That was.
Oh my gosh, have you seen that?
That
Oh, but
I
you were
watched
telling
it.
me about
It's
this
a great
earlier.
movie.
I haven't seen it, but they won like all of the awards at the Oscars. That was ridiculous. And then Matthew McConaughey
Go
won.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah,
That's my lady right
she
there.
was okay in that. I'm not a big fan of her.
I love her.
But my guy got cheated out of. He got cheated out of Best Actor. Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh my gosh, I was like, he's okay.
Leonardo, he's okay.
I did buy that Titanic today while we were thirsty.
Oh yeah,
You've
you
never
did.
seen
No,
it?
I have.
Oh, because I'm like, Scott, I'm gonna do that till I fight Scott. So I don't know. I didn't think Matthew McConaughey deserved it, although he's a rather good actor or whatever. But he's okay.
He is. He's alright. He got a little chubby in the face though.
Better than what he looked like 6 months ago from his
What are
movie.
you talking about,
I'm
Claudia?
talking about Leonardo.
We're talking about Matthew McConaughey.
I'm talking about Leonardo. That's why I said he's okay.
Claudia, we're on two different pages right now.
He's chubby.
All right. So anyway, back to the movie Gravity. It's a really good show.
I haven't seen it.
Me neither. I saw the cover.
Well, I would say if you like this movie, it's just everyone. It's a 2-character movie the whole time. It's Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. And basically, the movie is about these 2 astronauts who go up to space, and there's all these issues.
From the preview I saw, they were like, ooh. I'm like, that can't be interesting. That cannot be interesting.
Like my friend Ashley, she didn't like the movie at all, but I liked it. It was really, really enjoyable.
She said that George Clooney died in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That kind of killed it for me because George Clooney is just amazing.
12 Years a Slave.
Yes, that came out.
Oh my gosh, that won Best Movie of the Year. That was a phenomenal movie. I watched that yesterday. The movie is 2 hours and 14 minutes long.
Well,
you need to watch that on a day you have nothing to do. That movie is too long.
Where did you watch it on? Was it?
The internet.
I know.
Oh, you're one of those people.
Yeah.
Does anybody use that video on bootleg?
Yes, it's probably a bootleg movie.
That really looks like a really, really good movie.
It really is a really good movie, and the girl in it, Lou. I'm not gonna butcher her name. I'm not gonna butcher her name.
You don't want to butcher people's name like I do.
The nice, the dark-skinned African girl who she was the.
She was wearing the blue dress. That's all I know.
Oh my gosh, that dress was like. You need to watch that.
I didn't see.
If I was home right now, and the Oscars had come on, I would have loved to see. Do you watch Fashion Police?
No.
Oh my god.
Fashion Police. Why do
it's Fashion Police with Joan Rivers. I'm a Joan Ranger.
You know who's in Fashion Police? My roommate. She said this is an ugly sweater. This is like the best sweater I've ever bought in my life.
Claudia, stand up.
Claudia,
right.
You look good, girl. You look good.
If you think this is the ugliest sweater you like,
little
like
nice.
like the video. If you feel that this is the most beautiful.
Don't even say that because Ashley's gonna go make 20 different accounts and like your video.
The most beautiful sweater you like.
It's a sweater. It's just like.
I just want you to leave us
a
comment in the thingy below.
I found the shades that went with this.
Good. You indoors, Claudia. You can't.
It doesn't matter. Sunglasses with this.
Sunglasses are not light glasses.
If celebrities can do it, I can too.
Claudia, your dreams are. You are succeeding in life. Your dreams are. Wow.
All right. So we are almost at a time stamp, but before we go, I believe
no,
Miss
you
Aissa,
don't believe anything. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Miss Aissa,
I don't believe anything. I don't.
I have heard from many, and I have witnessed from many, many people. She is a great dancer. She can drop it like it's hot.
It's 2014.
I have not seen that, but I have heard that your bottom is very perfect.
Whoa!
I've
killing him. You are
killing Ashley.
Oh my god.
You are killing him though.
We were discussing we were discussing her bottom last time. Remember?
Why?
It was yours.
Oh my
but we
god.
were talking about.
Oh my god.
We were saying how you guys had nice butts, and then I was like, oh god, this
we got a butt school.
We have
like
you guys in Bahamas have like a butt school.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Like right before you learn how to walk.
Yeah, you
go to
academy.
Yeah,
you go to Butt Academy. You can check them out at butt.edu. Yeah, don't type that in. Don't type that in.
That is not recommended, okay?
No, that is not recommended. No.
All right. But before we end the show, Aisa
No,
is gonna be doing her special segment
What
tonight.
is that? What is that called? No.
Aisa shows us how to twerk.
Time to...
Aisa shows us how to twerk.
I think we have
So-
a little bit of time.
So we're gonna go ahead and just get rid of the chairs, Aisa.
What are you doing?
I'll get rid of.
I don't know how to move chairs. They didn't teach me
Alright,
how to
up, up, up. Off the butt. Alright, so how do you feel about Miley Cyrus trying to twerk at the VMAs?
She looks a mess.
A hot mess at that.
She looks a hot mess.
Not even a hot mess, just
Yes,
a mess.
she's just looked a mess.
Alright, so
God, I'm not gonna do it. I'm telling you, no lie. I'm not.
so what? She's gonna show us how to twerk tonight.
I am.
You are gonna show us how to twerk.
Oh,
So
I think you have the wrong person.
I
to
do
twerk.
not. You know, Crystal was supposed to be here tonight. Crystal was
Yeah.
supposed to show us how to twerk, but Crystal was ill, as she says. So she said that Aisa is gonna be learning how to show us how to twerk.
I gotta go. I gotta go.
So what? You go ahead and show us how to twerk.
What's that again? What?
Oh,
How do you define the word twerk? What is a twerk, my fellow?
This is not Butt Academy.
This
You're
isn't Butt
exhausted.
Academy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm
All
trying
right.
to teach you.
we are. See, she's chilling at Spud Academy. So that way we can. She's gonna show us how her butt can twerk.
I don't.
How do we twerk, Aisa?
I don't really know.
Show us. How do you twerk?
I don't do
How do
that.
you
This
dance
is-
in the Bahamas?
this is-
How do I
This
dance
is
like
how I got.
this?
This is
Because
how I got
I
told.
heard.
This is how I got told. You grab the wall.
You grab the wall, you shake it. Oh my gosh, God.
Grab the.
This is how we dance back home. You don't do no other step than this
You
right
just
here.
go like this?
Yeah, this is it. This is all I know.
This
I
is all
don't
you
know
do?
nothing else.
Now, Aisa,
How about the
would,
nene?
how would
I
you
don't
feel
know.
about someone?
Oh, get him!
Ooh,
All right,
kill him.
ooh, kill him.
Ooh.
All right. So that since someone doesn't want to show how to twerk tonight,
Sorry.
we just want to say, God, I can't even say.
I was gonna tell you step back, Scott.
We just want to say thanks for watching, and if you want to see, even if you want to see both ladies start hosting the whole
See
show
the
with me,
sweater. This is an
if
amazing
you want the girls
sweater.
to do,
Vote for me. Vote for me. 1-800-201-1.
Don't
anyway.
vote for me because this is a hot room.
Which one
I'm
you
not
gonna
coming back.
but
Oh my God. Oh my God. Scott.
all right. Anyway, so don't forget to like the video, and we will be coming back next week. Not here, sadly, because
It's hot.
it's spring break. So I will be back home, and we will be doing a live broadcast with a whole bunch
Not
of new
next
people.
week. Next week's not spring break.
I'm leaving next week,
Oh.
Thursday. Hey, you get to go to Minneapolis, so and I'm going home. So
I'm going home.
You just let everyone. What if someone wants this someone
if
else?
you guys want to have a meetup with Aisa, meet her at the Mall of America next Saturday evening at 8 o'clock in front of Aeropostale. Have a great night. Thanks for coming.
Aeropostale. Not even a cool store.
I know, like
Hollister.
I'm telling you.
Paxson.
Alright.
Aeropostale. You know what
Thanks
my
for-
people think about Aeropostale? We hate Aeropostale. If you wear Aeropostale, like you just came out of a thrift store.
Hey, speaking of, we did go thrifting.
Oh yes, and I bought some DVDs. No, not DVDs.
Movies,
VHS.
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Anyway.
Please.
It's 2014. I know VHS don't exist in 2014. It is 2014.
Their collection. Just end this video, Scott. Scooter.
All right, we want to say thanks for watching. We'll be back next Thursday night.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to my sister. Hi, Risha. Hi, Asha. Ooh.
I'm not gonna make a fool of myself, but continue,
Say
please.
something good.
Anyway, for myself and the girls, I want to say thanks for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sorry we're having technical difficulties
That
tonight.
is a really nice mug. Who's
I know.
mug is it?
Oh my
We were
God.
trying to close the video.
She has a small attention span, guys.
All right, thanks for watching, and like I said, next week we'll be back at 9:30 Central Eastern Time. Central Time.
Central Pacific.
Time.
Can we take a moment to appreciate the buffalo head? Look
Anyway.
at the buffalo head.
And cut.
All right, thanks, and we'll be live next week, you guys, at 9:30 Central
That was
Time.
my shout out.
Next Thursday. Have a great night.